You know, they dictate exactly what we do. I could point out several people in this audience right now that have on exactly what you see on 106 and Park because they have it on 106 and Park. Those artists, not because that's what you like, because they told you that's what you like. So that's why you're wearing it. So you have to be the one to dictate, you know, to the record companies and to everybody else what's hot. You gotta be the one to go out there and purchase, you know, the music that's positive, the music that's good music. And I mean, you leave these people in a position to have to go through this battle where they put out the music that the record execs are going to accept simply because it's what sells.
You know we have to though, right?
Yeah.
Like I wish I could be like the Shake and Verb hip hop, be like, you know, Mr. Ali, I'm going to talk about the issues, but you got to separate that thing out. Like, you know, when I was making my album, it was so, like I got a song called Letter. When I'm writing a letter to Pop and Barack Obama, I couldn't put that out. I had a record called Center of Attention. I wanted to talk about like how it feels to be famous where you're from and the bad things that come with that. Couldn't put that out. So many reasons I couldn't put these records out because they said, well, we got to move records. Well, they undershipped my album and I did 28,000 first week, you know, and I sold pretty much everything that they put out. But I know I could have done more if they would have just let me have my vision. But the reason why is because Stats Show, picture this, a white man telling you, you know, not verbatim, but a white man telling you, your people don't want to hear that. That's essentially what he's telling me, like,
that's real talk.
How you want, you're a 70 years old white dude, you want to tell me what my people want to hear? And I'm like, I'm going to tell you what they need to hear. And he's like, well, I don't know how you're going to do that if your album's not out. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, it's true, because I was watching like a VH1 special on NWA, and I didn't know that, you know, Eazy-E's right-hand man was the 70-year-old, 80-year-old white dude. It was like, you know, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, you use the N-word more, kind of dictating what they do. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen CB4, it's kind of the same concept. So, it's a hard thing. I mean, let's try something different. Why don't you guys dictate what they do, as opposed to the latter?
Okay. Discuss the importance of education and some of the education disparities faced by black males and how they can be corrected.
Well, in our where I come from, in DC, Maryland, Virginia area, like, it's a lot of, I mean, it's something that's been changing recently. I think around the time Lupe started popping, like, that's when things started to change. But as sad as it is, it was like not cool to be smart at one point. And in my profession, if you sound like you're smart, like, it's kind of shunned, like, oh, you talking proper, like, are you doing this, that, and the third? It really hasn't been cool to be smart. But like, when I tell people I spoke at H.D. Woodson, McKinney Tech, Blue, Southeast, how'd y'all get it? You know, I spoke everywhere. I'm basically telling them, like, you know, the fact that I'm allowed to come to speak, panel with these, you know, smart brothers right here. Perpetuating stereotypes. Anyways, look, the fact that I'm allowed to speak to y'all and really like be like appreciated, y'all look at me. I'm hoping that you guys look at me as a peer, you know what I'm saying? Rather than just some rap dude. Like, you know, the fact that y'all are considering me with these guys is because of my education, you know? And I always try to let the youngins know at the schools, like, the wave of the future is gonna be the smart is cool. Like, as basic and cliche as that sounds, I think that's gotta be like the new thing. And thank God we have a black president in there, because now these little black kids can see themselves more than rappers.
I'm sure that Dr. Perry's probably doing this better than any of us, but quickly, what good does it do you to be dumb? Like, we talk about dumb dudes. We talk about the dumb cats on the block who can't, you know, like, it does not benefit you in life to not be smart. Like, and it's sad. I work, usually every summer I teach statistics and economics class at the University of Maryland to a bunch of, it's a minority focused program, but every year there's less and less black men. and that bothers me. Because the reason I'm doing this, the reason I do this is because I want to directly impact the lives of black men trying to be somewhere that I've been. And it's like, I just wonder, you know, like, I'll give you an example. I used to mentor at this charter school in DC, Miami Public Charter School. And I remember there's this one guy, graduating senior, and I was like, so what's your plan next year? He's like, oh man, I'm going to college. I'm like, yes, that's great. Why? Man, that's what women are. And I'm like, whatever gets you there, you know what I'm saying? But what are you gonna do when you get there? Like, but the thing is, at that point, once again, like, we almost missed the boat there because education in middle school, we gotta get these kids, like how many of you out here mentor or volunteer places? That's a lot of people, but I didn't see a lot of black men's hands go up. And I don't think y'all really, thank you, that's like 10 of y'all. We appreciate that in the community. But these kids, especially these black men, need to see other black men. They need to see us. People who can read. They need to see black men that are about something. I mean, there's a bunch of accomplished people up here on this stage. You don't have to be the most accomplished cat in the world to make a difference in somebody's life. You have to want to make a difference in somebody's life. If you got a story to tell it. Let them know what you did wrong in the past. That's where education starts. Life education is just as important as textbook education. You need that too. But without trying to give these young brothers an idea of what life could be like if you can read, if you can, if you can point out America on a map, it's amazing how many people can't do that. The inability for a lot of us to take the time out to help people, to help bring up somebody who doesn't have the same opportunity you do in education by mentoring at these schools and stuff, it's insane actually. And we are not going to make it as a people if we don't take the time to reach back and help out other people and help out those coming up behind us who don't have the same opportunity.
I think being dumb was cool up until the 8th grade, and then things started to kind of change, and women started to mature. And then you get into college, and it's like women are shooting. You look at your classroom, there's 15 more women than men in there. I used to go to school here, and it was nothing but women in my classes. It was a damn shame, but I'm sorry. But education is important, and intelligence is sexy at a certain age. You start to mature when you get out of school. That dumb stuff doesn't fly. I mean, what are you gonna do when you're dumb? You can't get a job. Your peers are starting to surpass you. There's nothing cool about that. You look at an Obama, who kind of, I hate to keep referencing him, but he's kind of got it all. But he has this diversity and this like culture. It's about being, it's not book smart, but just intellectual on all bases. Know how to hold a wine glass, know how to know what's going on in the news, know what happened to, what's going on in politics. It's about being diverse, being intellectual, not just book smart. I mean, you got cats like a lot of people use the Jay-Z excuse. He didn't go to college. Kanye West didn't go to college. John won the lotto. He won $100 million on the lotto, but she didn't. It's like 1 in a million. You're not. The odds are against you. Not everybody's built the same. So education will behoove you. But we're preaching to the choir because you all are here. But at the same time, there's a huge college dropout among the males. So I'm not preaching to the choir. To the ladies, you guys are good money. But the fellas, definitely stick with it. It's tough. I have a lot of friends that didn't continue on. They're successful. Again, 1 in a million. But definitely stick with it. It's important.
I want to come at this from a different angle. I don't need to tell you that education is not what you're paying for, so if you don't know it, it's too bad. What I want to do is I want to talk to you about something that's really important. And that is that our community has been set up to fail. You've got to hear me when I say this. Many schools in Florida, in black communities, are C, D, and F schools. One of the things I often say is that if a school is failing, you got to shut it down. But unfortunately,